In a slight change to how I normally do videos, I've switched this up. So starting with the end product, it's wet on one side because I've just given it a quench so I can hold it. But basically this is 40mm solid square bar with a rounded up section in the middle. The purpose of that rounded up section is so that the back style of a gate can become its own hinge rather than needing hinges sort of to be attached to the back of it. So just to explain why this hinging arrangement is different to where I've done it before, is previously when I've made gates, I've gone for a hinging arrangement. This, for argument's sake, this rectangle is a gate, and off the back of the gate comes a couple loops there and there, and off the wall, this line represents the wall, that's the ground, that's the latch there. Off the wall comes a couple hinge pins, and the loops on the back of the gate sit down onto the hinge pins. This method is different because the part that comes off the wall actually straps around this. Excuse me. I don't want to go into too much detail about it all, but basically there's another couple components involved in the process. A sort of strap that straps around this, and this part that butts up against here. So basically it becomes a sandwich of the strap, that in the middle, and then that, and then that, and that get bolted together. So this is captive. Apologies for the sort of harsh shadow, but I attach a lamp to the side of my hammer so I can see better. But basically here's the tool. It's a sort of spring tool, and I won't be able to open it up at the minute because the hammer ram is down resting on top of it, or sort of just above it. But the basic idea is that when your bar is hot, you put the bar into the tool and kind of rotate it, and with a little bit of care, hey presto, out comes a rounded up section. Okay, so I'm continuing my practice using this tool, and I just wanted to see if I could do that in one heat, which proved to myself that you can, but part of the process seems to be that it will twist. So what I have to do is get this section here hot and twist this back so it's all in line again. Also was having a go at trying to keep the shoulders relatively decent, but I think I'm going to have to give them a little bit of a file up just to sort of neaten them up a smidge, but I think that's pretty much par for the course. Well, given that this is all just practice at the minute, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Because now they're sort of in the same plane. When it comes to the real deal, I'll spend longer and sort of have extra checks to make sure it's all level. But from here on, I'm just going to spend a little while filing up some of these slightly ragged corners, ragged shoulders. That's just aesthetics really. I mean, I don't think functionally it really matters, but I just want them to be a little neater. So after giving that a little neaten up with the file on these shoulders, I'm just going to rotate this. I'm pretty happy with that. This is just a practice, but I wanted to sort of know the various stages, what to expect and such, and yeah, all in all I'm pretty happy with that. If I sort of squat down, you can see as I rotate it, the daylight between the anvil and the rounded up section is even as this is struggling to focus. Ah, that's better. Wow, that's lots better. So yeah, it's even. It's not offset, which is the main thing. There was one other little thing that I did under the fly press, which I'll just highlight. You'll have to excuse the masses of clutter around my fly press, but basically, this daylight gap under here is meant to be 6mm. I wanted 6mm either side, top and bottom. So, knowing that this end is likely to come slightly sort of cranked upwards or downwards, I needed a way of keeping it back all level as well as being twisted, but all flat. So my solution to that is to get a piece of 6mm, put it, I can't do all this one-handed, but put it down there, hang on, wrong way, like that. Ow. So it's underneath here, and then when it's hot, just going to get out of the way of the arm, squish, and then rotate this, squish, and carry on doing it until it's all nicely leveled up. When it comes to the real deal, what I'll also do, which a stage that I haven't done here, is I'll get flat bar and clamp it to here and make sure that it's flat, touching on there as well, and I'll do that on all the sides, probably 2 sides at one time, and then that will tell me that in my twisting it is completely twisted back level. It's not twisted, there's no sort of slight twist in it that I can't, that I can't sort of, I'm thinking by eye, yeah, that looks all right, but so by doing that it will reveal whether there is any twist left in it, and then I can fine tune that out.